Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fight Talk, UFC 238 fight breakdown. Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes. I'm pretty sure I actually said that last name right. Moraes. Side note, is there anything worse than when there's a fight night and it ends up being a fight morning? Just ruins the rest of my day. To be fair though, the last fight night that was in the morning ruined my day because it was sad to see Alexander Gustafsson go out like that. And just that sad retirement speech that he gave. I love you, Alexander. I love you. But honestly, UFC 238 is going to be insane. I'm going to break down the top 3 fights. Now, to be honest, this could be the main event. Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Tony Ferguson. What the fuck? This is a wild fight. Seeing that I train at 10th Planet Ventura, I feel some kind of allegiance to Tony Ferguson. And lucky for me in this bout, it doesn't have to be blind allegiance because I do think he's gonna get it done. Isn't blind allegiance the worst? Like when you're out at a bar with your buddy and he does something stupid and he's drunk, and to the other person you're like, hey man, I know he's in the wrong, but we drove together. We used to play Pokemon together. But I digress. This is an amazing fight. Donald Cowboy Cerrone has been on a tear. That's the most cliche thing to say. But I really think he has. He's been really, it seems like since he's had his son, he's gone to another level of motivation and why he's doing it. But he's just also he's hit his cowboy flow, which is fighting a lot, not a lot of breaks, and kind of keeping things moving and momentum and everything. I think that only goes for so long. When Cowboys had trouble in the past, it's when people start pressuring them and don't give them that cowboy respect, that little, nod of the cap. And I think that's what Tony Ferguson's gonna bring. Tony Ferguson has some amazing pressure and he's dynamic and always switching things up. And I think he's gonna be throwing a lot of variables at Cowboy, cutting different angles, different looks, kicks coming from different places. The times where you've seen Cowboy start to lose his game plan a little bit is when he's having to deal with a lot of variables at once while being pressured. When someone's moving forward on him, he's not able to get the rhythm going and getting the movement going and kind of start fighting on his own terms. I think Cowboy is the most dangerous when he's able to find his cowboy flow. He's able to put like 3 or 4 combos together, really start working the timing and gets to settle in a little bit, and then he just hits sometimes it's irreversible. When he starts hitting his yeehaw moments, it's just like shit, you're just watching beauty and he's just having fun with it. When he starts having to deal with the variables and all his calculations while being pressured and always trying to set into his own rhythm, that's where he runs into trouble. Ferguson has had some time off and it doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. My overall pick for this fight is going to be Tony Ferguson by ankle pick and 3-round war. Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Eye. I think that Jessica Eye has been looking great lately and is on her own run. But this is one of those things where I just think that Valentina Shevchenko is just on a different level. The level of experience in fighting sports in general with Valentina versus most of the women in the MMA community it's just so different. It's night and day difference of the experience. Her entire movement, like the way she can just move her body. It's hard to bet against her right now because I think, what she was able to do with Joanna, even though she's smaller. And to be honest, I think it's gonna be a pretty one-sided fight. I'm gonna say Valentina Shevchenko by 3rd round stoppage. Or if Jessica is durable enough, we're gonna see a 5-round decision, but it's gonna be pretty one-sided, I would say. The main event, Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes. This is one of those fights where it's actually, I think, the top 2 people in the division. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. Here's what I do think. If Henry Cejudo is going to win this fight, he's going to have to use his wrestling. He's going to, he's going to dance around, and I think he's going to use his wrestling and at least threaten with it to keep Marlon Moraes thinking about that. Marlon Moraes hits so hard in the division, and I think he just looks solid. He looks like his parents were brick walls. His grandpa was like a cinder block or something, I think that's going to be the huge difference. Is I think he's going to hit Cejudo harder than Cejudo's ever been hit. I think Cejudo's going to get rocked early. If you didn't know this, he's a gold medalist. As if he's ever going to let anybody ever forget that. He does have the dexterity and discipline to be able to push through and deal with that kind of adversity. And like he said in the embeddeds, he's here to inspire. So what better way to inspire someone than dealing with some adversity? Henry? Henry seems like he would just be exhausting to be around. Like he just is, calling the belt his baby, and don't forget to burp it when it eats. Henry, it's a belt. It doesn't eat, bro, you know? To be honest, it's kind of like he has that God complex where he's like, I want to inspire the masses. And he's almost trying too hard to be this hero. Just be Henry, dude. Henry's good enough. You're Olympic medalist. Like, people don't forget that you won a gold medal. You don't have to remind everyone all the time. You know, dog? Just take it easy. Back to the fight breakdown. Marlon Moraes. I think that he has to use footwork. He has to move around. Obviously, everybody has to use footwork in a fight. That's some very critical analysis, Evan. I think he's going to have to use footwork in the sense of staying away from the shoe and staying on the outside and allowing Cejudo to come in. You know, I think their game plan is going to be a little based on trying to counter with some bombs. I'm wondering if he is going to stay away from the kicks a little bit more, which is going to change his game and what he's good at. But the way Cejudo's been fighting is, you know, when he started coming out with that karate stance, it was interesting, and he could do it. You know, he is gifted, and you know, that's the thing, is like, if you're going to be that good, you got to be a little crazy, and Cejudo is just crazy enough to be able to pull off some shit. You know, you can believe your own thing, and that confidence is real. But if he really does start taking the karate stance and wanting to kind of stand with Marlon, I think that's going to be an issue. I think this is going to be one of those fights where, you know, if he's smart, the way GSP would fight, it wouldn't matter of trying to beat the other person with their skills. GSP was always trying to take people's advantage away from them. I think Marlon's strengths are going to be knocking you the fuck out. And I think what Cejudo needs to do to win this is going to be getting Marlon to the ground, sapping out those big muscles, no homo, getting him exhausted, getting him to slow down in the first couple rounds, and then maybe trying to catch him with a 3 or 4 piece combo in the later rounds. Sap out some of that muscle and that knockout power. But here's my overall prediction for the fight. Marlon Moraes by second round knockout. There, I said it. I think that he is going to catch Henry, and he could even do it in the first round. I think the fight with TJ is interesting, if we're going to get off topic again. It was an interesting thing, you know. Did it get stopped a little early? He was getting pieced up. I don't think he has that knockout power like that. I think it's a bad idea if you're trying to do that with Marlon Moraes. I think he's going to have a completely different game plan, and that's what he's going to need if he wants to try to win. But I think he's going to overcommit to a stand-up, and I think he's going to get caught early. Final prediction. Let me know what you think. I haven't even made my bets yet. I'm thinking about hitting up DraftKings and making a team. So if you have a DraftKings team that you think is going to win, put it in the bottom. Let's see what you got, so I can steal your team. I don't really see, the betting odds are pretty close on this. Even Vegas doesn't really know which way this is gonna go. I think it's gonna be Marlon Moraes, second round TKO, Valentina Shevchenko, second or third round TKO, or a 5-round domination. To be honest, I don't see it going 5 rounds. I can't. And I see Tony Ferguson stopping Cowboy Cerrone, or a 3rd round war, maybe even a split decision. You like how I say so many different possible endings? So like, I'm just like, hey, I see Tony Ferguson winning by KO or TKO, or losing by decision, or winning by decision, or possibly a draw, split decision, or someone's gonna win and someone's gonna lose. It's fucking fighting, you know? It's pretty hard to make predictions. God damn, does it feel good when you're right? Alright, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever else you kids do. And check out whatever else I got going on this channel. And tell me your fight predictions for this fight. I love you.